Can you guess a movie title from just a few words and a brief description? Because I've got 11 questions for you on vague movie descriptions. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. We have got a doozy for you. It's about vague movie descriptions. I'll give you a few words in a short sentence and maybe a year of a movie, and you have to try and figure out what movie title I am talking about. I tried to pick movies that I've never asked trivia questions on before, so we should have a good handful of things where you're like, wait, what was that movie? What was that thing? Hopefully this puts your mind to work and helps you remember some crazy, crazy movies of yesteryear. I watched season 2 of The Mandalorian. Finally finished it yesterday, speaking of yester as a prefix, and I loved it. I love season 2 just as much as season 1, if not more. And man, I somehow did not get any spoilers on that show. And I look at online stuff all day long in between gigs and things. But I did not know any of the cool stuff that happened on that season. And I was pleasantly surprised with just all of it. And shout out to Bill Burr, who I thought gave an excellent performance, as he always does. But specifically in the episode he was in, I thought he was awesome. In a funny way, in a serious way, in a badass way. I just thought it was great. So if you haven't seen Mandalorian Season 2, if you waited a few weeks extra, like me, to catch up, I highly suggest you go watch Mando, which I already can't wait for it to come back. And I'm going to go through and watch all 2 seasons again. I'm going to say something bold here, guys. I think Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 are better than all of the Star Wars movies. That's right, all of them, including Rogue One, which I like better than all the other Star Wars movies. I just think it's entertaining. I love the characters, the action, and just the whole presentation of it, I think, is awesome. I actually like it better as a show as opposed to a movie as well, in terms of how I like to watch Star Wars. Now that I've seen a show, I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I want more of that. So hopefully they keep cranking those out, and we can all keep being entertained by them. Hopefully you are being entertained by me. And this podcast that's been on for over 1,000 episodes, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss a new one. We're going to jump into 10 trivia questions on vague movie descriptions right now. Here we go. Vague movie descriptions. Can you guess these movie titles from some few words? Let's see if you can do it. Here's question number 1. People get their haircut in Chicago in 2002. Number 1, people get their haircut in Chicago in 2002. Number 1. Question number 2, in the late 90s, JCVD and NBA's The Worm take on terrorists. Number 2, in the late 90s, JCVD and NBA's The Worm take on terrorists. What's that movie, number 2? Number 3, this chick is obsessed with a guy who likes to splash around in 2002. Another film from 2002. Number 3, this chick is obsessed with a guy who likes to splash around in 2002. Number 3. Number 4, MM and KH dive for treasure in 2008. MM and KH dive for treasure in 2008. What's that movie, number 4? And number 5, a guy named Navin celebrates his birthday with a can of Tab in 1979. A guy named Navin celebrates his birthday with a can of Tab in 1979. Number 6, a couple kills a bunch of people with the same name in 1988. Number 6, a couple kills a bunch of people with the same name in 1988. Number 7, Ali Sheedy befriends a robot in 1986. Ali Sheedy befriends a robot in 1986. And number 8, Chris Evans plays the popular jock in this 2001 parody flick. Number 8, Chris Evans plays the popular jock in this 2001 parody flick. Number 9, Brad Pitt gets in an accident and goes to an animated place in 1992. Brad Pitt gets in an accident and goes to an animated place in 1992. And your final question, number 10, the guy from Chuck becomes a superhero in 2019. The guy from Chuck becomes a superhero in 2019. Those are all your questions on vague movie descriptions. We'll be right back in just a second with the vague movie answers. We are back with the answers to vague movie descriptions. Let's see how you did with those 10 movies. Hopefully you were able to name them all. Here's number 1. People get their hair cut in Chicago in 2002. That is Barbershop, starring Ice Cube and Cedric the Entertainer. Chicago, my hometown. Barbershop, number 1. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow at a place called Hammer and Nails. I don't know how I feel about the title of that place. Number 2, in the late 90s, JCVD and NBA's The Worm take on terrorists. That is Double Team. I don't know if it was even in theaters. It might have been straight to video. Maybe it was in theaters shortly. It was called Double Team. Go look that up. Rodman, one of the only movies that stars Dennis Rodman. Number 3, the chick is obsessed with a guy who likes to splash around in 2002. That was called Swim Fan. Swim Fan, more of a Lifetime movie that got a theatrical release. Number 3 was Swim Fan. Number 4, MM and KH, that's Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. Die for Treasure in 2008. Fool's Gold. And number 5, a guy named Navin celebrates his birthday with a can of Tab in 1979. That is Steve Martin in The Jerk. And number 6, a couple kills a bunch of people with the same name in 1988. That is Heathers. Number 7, Ali Sheedy befriends a robot in 1986. Short Circuit, Johnny Five, Short Circuit. Number 8, Chris Evans plays the popular jock in this 2001 parody flick that was not another teen movie, which at one time was the funniest movie I'd ever seen in theaters, right around the time it came out. And number 9, Brad Pitt gets in an accident and goes into an animated place in 1992 that was called Cool World. I've never seen that. I should watch that at some point. Kind of a cool premise. And number 10, the guy from Chuck becomes a superhero in 2019. That was, of course, Shazam. Pretty cool movie. Hope they make a sequel. And there you have it. 10 vague movie descriptions and 10 movies that hopefully you knew. Thanks for playing along. If there's a topic you want me to do on the show, drop me a line, ryanbuds@gmail.com. I might record it at some point. If you want to guarantee that I do that, go become part of our Patreon page, patreon.com/trivia with buds. $5 or more gets you a topic pick in a big Excel chart. I'm still working on the sign up for the new month of January 2021, and you guys will be able to jump in there and do that, but go to Patreon to get all the details on that. Shout out to everybody who is a Patreon subscriber, as well as my friend Matthew Frost, who just upped his donation from $5 to $20. Thank you so much, Matt Frost. Miss you, man, and hope we get to hang out again soon somewhere around Redlands, California. One last thing for you is the fact of the day, and that fact is that octopuses have 3 hearts. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Now you know. They love you 3 times more than somebody with 1 heart. It's a fact. It is true. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.